Imagine this for a moment. What if I told you that when Allah loves you, your entire life changes in ways you never imagined? Your heart, your soul, your journey, everything takes a different direction, filled with light, guidance, and tranquility. And today, I want to share with you something truly life-changing. There are 8 main things you must know about what happens when Allah's love surrounds you. Each one of them carries a secret that can transform the way you see your struggles, your blessings, and even yourself. You need to listen carefully to all 8, because every single one is like a key, and together they unlock the door to Allah's mercy and closeness. Number 1, your heart finds true peace. My brothers and sisters, the very first sign that Allah loves you is that He places peace inside your heart. Not the kind of peace that depends on circumstances, not the kind of calm that comes when everything is going smoothly, but a deeper, more permanent tranquility that stays even when storms surround you. This peace is known as Sakina, a gift that Allah places in the hearts of His beloved servants. Imagine a heart that beats steadily even when the world is shaking. A heart that finds comfort in the remembrance of Allah no matter what is happening outside. That is the peace that comes when Allah loves you. You see, many people search for happiness in wealth, in relationships, in status, in achievements. But happiness tied to these things is fragile. It breaks the moment those things are taken away. True peace, however, is unshakable because it is rooted not in what you own, but in who you belong to. When Allah loves you, He makes your heart realize that it belongs to Him. And that realization is enough to calm the deepest fears, heal the hardest wounds, and soothe the greatest losses. Think about it. How many times have you seen someone with very little in this world, but their face shines with contentment? And on the other side, how many times have you seen people who seem to have everything yet struggle with anxiety, emptiness, and dissatisfaction? The difference lies in the heart. The one who is loved by Allah carries within them a serenity that cannot be bought or stolen. Their soul whispers, Alhamdulillah, even in times of loss, and their eyes see hope even in the darkest nights. This peace is not the absence of problems, rather it is the presence of Allah in your heart. It is knowing that even if people abandon you, Allah never will. It is knowing that even if the world closes its doors on you, Allah's door remains open. When Allah loves you, He makes His remembrance sweet upon your tongue, and your chest expands whenever you call upon Him. Your heart finds a home in sujood, your tears find meaning in dua, and your soul tastes the sweetness of surrender. This is the peace that no medicine can give, no money can buy, and no human can grant. Number 2, your actions become guided. When Allah loves you, one of the most beautiful gifts He places in your life is guidance in your actions. Suddenly, the choices you make, the steps you take, and even the paths you walk on begin to align with goodness. It's not always something you notice immediately, but over time you realize that Allah has been steering you away from harm and bringing you closer to what benefits your soul. This is a sign of His love, that He does not leave you wandering blindly, but He takes you by the hand and leads you towards light. Think of the countless moments in your life when you could have gone in the wrong direction. Perhaps there was a temptation you almost fell into, but Allah placed a barrier in your path. Perhaps you thought a certain opportunity was perfect for you, yet it slipped away, and later you realized it was never good for your heart or your faith. These are not accidents, these are divine interventions, a subtle protection wrapped in guidance. When Allah loves you, He does not allow your heart to rest in places that would harm you, even if you desperately wanted them at the time. Guidance also shows in the small daily actions. You begin to feel pulled towards salah on time. Even if once you used to delay it, you start noticing your tongue avoids harmful speech, where before gossip or harsh words came easily. You catch yourself remembering Allah in moments where before you would have been heedless. These are not coincidences. They are signs that Allah's love is directing your actions, molding your habits, and refining your character. It is like walking in the dark with a lantern. Others may stumble and fall, but you keep finding your way because the light has been placed in front of you. That light is Haida, true guidance. And it is not earned solely by intelligence, effort, or luck. It is gifted by Allah out of His love. And when you taste it, you realize that the greatest success in life is not in how much you achieve, but in how close your steps bring you to Allah. A guided action is more valuable than 1,000 empty achievements because it brings barakah into your time, your efforts, and your soul. Number 3, your du'as are answered in ways beyond your imagination. When Allah loves you, one of the clearest signs is that your du'as never go to waste. Every call you make to Him, every whisper in the depths of the night, every tear that falls upon your prayer mat is heard, valued and answered. But here is the beauty, Allah does not always answer in the way you expect. Sometimes He gives you exactly what you ask for, sometimes He delays it for a better time, and sometimes He gives you something entirely different that you only realized later was far greater. This is the mercy of Allah's love, that He knows what you need even more than you know yourself. Think of a child who asks for something dangerous because they do not understand its harm. A loving parent will never hand it over, no matter how much the child insists, because their love prevents them from giving what would destroy them. Allah's love for His servant is infinitely greater. So when you raise your hands and beg Him for something, and it does not arrive in the way you imagine, it is not because Allah ignored you. It is because His love refuses to give you less when He knows you deserve more. When Allah loves you, your dua becomes powerful. Even the smallest prayer you make in sincerity is recorded, preserved and responded to. Sometimes the answer is immediate relief. Other times the answer is patience placed in your heart so the trial becomes lighter. And sometimes the answer is stored for you in the hereafter, waiting as a mountain of reward that will make you forget every delay and every disappointment. What is most profound is how your heart reacts when Allah loves you. You begin to trust His timing. Instead of doubting whether your dua was accepted, you become certain that it was, and you simply wait for Allah's wisdom to unfold. This certainty itself is a gift of His love. It removes anxiety, it silences doubts, and it fills your heart with hope. Because when Allah loves you, He never allows a single word you utter in dua to be lost. Each one is treasured, each one is answered, and each one brings you closer to Him in a way beyond your imagination. Number 4, you gain protection from harm. When Allah loves you, He surrounds you with a protection that is far greater than anything you could arrange for yourself. Sometimes you notice it and sometimes you don't, but at every moment there are countless dangers, harms and evils from which Allah shields you. This protection is not only from physical harm, but also from spiritual harm, emotional harm, and even the unseen dangers that you could never imagine. When Allah loves you, His care becomes like a shield around your life, guiding you away from things that could destroy your faith or damage your heart. There are moments when you plan to go somewhere, but suddenly something delays you, and later you discover that accident or disaster struck at that very time. At first, you may feel frustrated by the delay, but if you reflect, you realize Allah's love was protecting you. There are times when you meet someone and feel your heart drawn towards them, but Allah makes circumstances separate you. Later you understand that this person would have been a harm to your deen or your peace. These are not coincidences, they are layers of protection wrapped in divine wisdom. When Allah loves you, He also protects you from your own nafs, your own desires that could lead you astray. Think about the sins you almost fell into, but something pulled you back at the last moment. That something was not luck. It was the protection of Allah's love. He protects your tongue from words that could break hearts, your eyes from sights that could poison your soul, and your steps from roads that would take you far away from Him. Even when you slip, His protection ensures you rise again, repent and return. This divine shield does not mean life becomes free of trials. Rather, it means that the harm which could truly break you is kept away. The trials that do come are carefully chosen, designed not to destroy but to strengthen. Even the pain you endure carries hidden mercy because it cleanses you, elevates you and pushes you closer to Allah. When Allah loves you, He guards you in ways you cannot see, from people you don't know and from dangers you may never discover. His protection is constant, and it is one of the greatest signs of His love upon a believer. Number 5, you are given the sweetness of worship. When Allah loves you, He blesses you with something that no wealth, no status and no worldly pleasure can ever match: the sweetness of worship. This is when acts of obedience, which once felt heavy, begin to feel light. What was once a duty becomes a delight, and what was once a burden becomes a source of joy. The heart finds rest in salah, the tongue finds pleasure in dhikr, and the soul finds nourishment in the Qur'an. This sweetness is not given to everyone. It is a gift poured into the hearts of those whom Allah loves. Think about how different it feels when you pray only out of obligation compared to when you pray out of love. In the first case, you count the minutes until it ends, but in the second, you wish it could last longer. That is the sweetness of worship, when your sujood becomes a place you long to return to. When the Qur'an speaks to you like a personal letter, and when remembering Allah feels more refreshing than anything else in the world. This change does not happen because of your effort alone, it happens because Allah places love for His worship in your heart. When Allah loves you, He opens your eyes to the beauty hidden within every act of ibadah. You begin to feel a special comfort in fasting, even when your body is tired. You feel a secret joy in giving charity, even when you have little to spare. You taste peace in waking up for tahajjud, even when your eyes long for sleep. These feelings are not natural to the nafs. They are planted by Allah as signs of His affection for you. And the sweetness is not limited to acts of worship alone. Even avoiding sin begins to feel sweet. You feel lighter when you turn away from temptation. You feel stronger when you say no to the whispers of shaitan. And you feel proud to guard your heart and soul. This is a sweetness that grows the more you obey Allah and the more you draw near to Him. It becomes addictive in the best way, pulling you back again and again to the places where you taste His closeness. When Allah loves you, He makes worship your comfort, your shield, and your greatest source of happiness. Number 6, you inspire and attract others towards goodness. When Allah loves you, He places something in your presence that cannot be explained by words alone. It is a light, a nur that shines from within you and touches the hearts of people around you. You may not even realize it, but your actions, your speech, and even your silence begin to inspire others. People feel at ease in your company. They feel reminded of Allah when they see you, and they are drawn towards goodness simply by being near you. This is not charisma, nor is it charm. It is a divine gift that Allah grants to those He loves. Think about how some people, without preaching, without long lectures, influence others simply through the way they carry themselves. A sincere smile, a gentle word, a patient response in anger, these small actions reflect the beauty of faith, and they leave deep marks on those who witness them. This ability to touch hearts is not something you can buy or train for. It is a blessing that Allah places in you when His love surrounds you. When Allah loves you, He grants you acceptance in the hearts of His creation. People begin to respect you not because of your wealth or your position, but because Allah has placed love for you within them. Even those who may disagree with you or not fully understand you will still sense something special. This is the fulfillment of the promise that when Allah loves a servant, He calls Jibreel to announce that love, and then the angels spread it until the people on earth feel it too. The beauty of this gift is that it goes beyond personal benefit. Your life becomes a source of dawah without you even intending it. Someone sees your patience in hardship and learns to trust Allah. Someone hears your kind words and feels motivated to pray. Someone watches your humility and is reminded to stay grounded. Every act of goodness that others learn from you becomes a reward for you, all because Allah loved you enough to make you an inspiration. This attraction towards goodness does not mean everyone will like you, but it does mean that those whose hearts are sincere will find comfort in you. Your presence becomes a reminder of Allah, and your influence continues even after you leave. Number 7, you are tested but never abandoned. When Allah loves you, He tests you. This may sound difficult at first, but in reality it is one of the greatest signs of His care. A life without tests is a life without growth, and Allah loves His servants too much to leave them stagnant. Trials come to polish the heart, to remove arrogance, to cleanse sins, and to elevate your status in ways that comfort and ease never could. When you are loved by Allah, your struggles are not punishments but pathways to something greater, designed specifically for you with wisdom only He knows. Notice how the prophets, the most beloved of Allah's creation, endured the hardest of trials. They were rejected by their people, tested with loss, faced hunger and pain, yet never were they abandoned. Instead, their tests became the very means through which their closeness to Allah deepened and their legacies were built. When Allah loves you, He allows you to walk a similar path. He lets you taste hardship, not because He wants to hurt you, but because He wants to purify you and prepare you for higher ranks. The beauty of being tested under Allah's love is that you are never left alone. With every hardship, He sends hidden strength. With every tear, He sends tranquility. With every loss, He plants hope for something better. You may feel the weight of the test, but you will also feel an inner resilience that surprises even you. That resilience is a gift of His love. It whispers to your heart, you are not forsaken, you are being carried. Sometimes the world looks at your struggles and assumes you are unlucky. But if only they knew, they would realize you are chosen. Chosen to be drawn closer. Chosen to be refined. Chosen to be raised above. For the one loved by Allah, every wound becomes a source of reward. Every hardship becomes a ladder to Jannah. And every moment of patience becomes a crown of honor. The test may shake you, but it will never break you, because Allah's love holds you firm. You stumble, but you do not fall. You cry, but you are not crushed. You struggle, but you are never abandoned. Number 8, you taste the reality of tawakkul, trust in Allah. When Allah loves you, He grants you one of the most precious treasures of faith, the sweetness of tawakkul. This is not just a concept you hear about or repeat in words. It becomes a reality you live and breathe. Tawakkul means that your heart relies completely on Allah. No matter how uncertain life appears, it means that you stop being crushed by fear of the future or regret of the past, because you know that everything is written by the one who loves you more than anyone ever could. This trust brings freedom. Freedom from constant anxiety, freedom from being chained to people's opinions, and freedom from the endless what-ifs that steal peace from the soul. When Allah loves you, He makes you understand deeply that nothing in this world moves without His permission. Every risk you take, every plan you make, and every dream you hold rests in His hands, not yours. This realization changes the way you live. You still work hard, you still plan wisely, but your heart no longer depends on your effort alone. You begin to see your effort as a duty and the outcome as a gift. And whether the outcome is what you expected or not, you remain calm because you know it is what Allah chose for you. Tawakkul is not laziness, it is strength. It is waking up every day with the courage to face what is ahead because you trust the one who wrote it. It is walking into the unknown with the certainty that Allah is already there preparing the way for you. It is losing something you thought you could never live without and still finding peace because you know Allah will replace it with something better either in this world or the next. When Allah loves you, He makes tawakkul taste sweet in your heart. You start to feel joy even in surrender, comfort even in uncertainty, and hope even in delay. Instead of being restless about what tomorrow brings, you are content knowing that Allah is the one bringing it. And that contentment is one of the greatest blessings His love can place in your life, because it turns every moment, whether ease or difficulty, into an opportunity to draw nearer to Him.